as always, it's the legendary Brew Crew. What up, fellas? I got water, I got juice or whatever. He's like, y'all need twin legs? Matter of fact, I do.
To everybody is, does Delaware have an actual culture? This is the podcast that we talk about beer, but we also talk about a lot of things that's happening in the world, politics, movies, anything really that comes to our mind while we're here sampling these brews. Grab a drink and pull up a chair.
Yeah, So I'm fucked up, geeked up, leaning like a tree trunk. I just dropped the blunt, doing jumps off a speed bar. I don't keep no girl, but they just show up when I need one. Baby, give me life like it's not in the museum. Hey, all about my freedom. Nigga, fuck your ego. Tryna move the people, tryna catch a threesome. Hey, you think we compete in our goals?
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Bruising Banter Podcast, where the topic is the rockin' and the brew. Happy to fuel. I'm your host, Rob G, and with me, as always, the legendary Brew Crew. Voice is back this week. So, fellas.
Now you sound like a young boy, though.
I sound like a young boy now.
Yeah. He said, what up, what up, what up? It ain't really Rob voice, though.
That's my voice. I mean, maybe it's going through puberty. Or what's the difference between...
Wait, can you go through puberty at 45,000 years old?
Oh no, what's the difference? Because men don't have a menopause, do we? Or maybe we do.
Yeah,
we have testosterone, low T. Maybe it's low T kicking in. So I need to get my testosterone popping. Take more testosterone.
Does that your voice up though?
I don't know. I'm just saying because testosterone is one that kicks in that makes your voice start to get deeper.
Yeah,
so
maybe. It's time.
I gotta get some eugenics.
Yeah, eugenics.
So I could be like your wife, your girl, lady will thank you too. Frank Thomas commercials. All right, this is episode 155 of Bruising Banter Podcast. I just named it podcast in jail because whoever is listening or chilling with us today on these screens, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, all those places, what's going on? Glad you chilling with us
on
today.
Cribs? Like, what the fuck is he doing? He think he on Cribs. This is where the magic happens.
I was giving y'all the grand tour.
You gotta get in that Michael Jackson pose off of the
full
Thriller
disclosure,
album.
no bullshit. I'm moving around slow.
Yeah.
Moving around slow. But I'm in business now, baby.
All right. Before we get into any of all that, we always like to know what everybody is drinking. So, what we're drinking today, fellas. Yo, what you drinking on?
I'm drinking. Since I bought so many imprint beers when we went, I'm back with another imprint beer co. This is Too Hot for Graham, right? Not to be confused with the one you had. What was that, last week or the week before? Last week. This is the IPA. So I want to say it's a double, right? I'm not even sure. It really doesn't have much. Yep. It's a hazy. So it's a double hazy IPA, right?
Oh, I know that's good.
Yeah, double hazy IPA. It's an 8.4, so it's a strong IPA, but it's not paying homage to Grandmama. You see, she got the basketball.
Oh, Larry Johnson.
Yep. I know.
My favorite basketball player at one time.
What'd you say? Your favorite?
That was my favorite basketball player at one time.
Yeah, I mean he was a monster on the court. So
then he hurt his back, and then he joined the Knicks, went downhill.
So Graham looking like a monster. See?
All right.
So this Too Hot for Graham.
Or is that Medea? No.
Maybe that is the new Medea, the new Halloween version of Medea.
All right.
But this is what it looked like in the glass.
Oh yeah, that is hazy.
It's nice and hazy.
That's a hazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hazy mama.
That sounds disgusting.
What, hazy grandmama?
That's a hazy mama. She can't see for shit.
You're on mute, Dad.
No. But this is good.
Yep, my bad.
It is very. It tastes like an IPA. I mean, it has the hops in it. You can taste the hops, and
But
it's not
you
too
get
aggressive.
more floral, or you getting more citrus or fruit?
Citrus, fruity
I figured.
taste, smell. The smell is great, and it tastes
tasty
because of the hazy and more New England than West
but
Coast.
it's great. I would pass me another of those. Yeah, pretty good. So I mean, if you go to Imprint, try that because you know what I noticed is that if you drink too many of Imprints like smoothies, they all start tasting the same.
Yeah.
And then it's like too aggressive on your whole everything.
I know.
So it's like I can't do too many of those. So guys, I will be passing some of those out, passing those around.
You gotta drink them in moderation. Just drink them slowly.
Yeah, but like I can drink one and then have another one 2 weeks later, and I'll be like, whoa.
Oh, you might have got the ones that are very similar. I got ones that taste different. Like, I mean, they use a lot of ice cream in their joints too, though. So that's
they got a lot of different flavor profiles on them, but like they all start like
the texture is definitely all the same.
Woo, and that texture can get you.
Yeah.
So speaking of distributing beers and like kind of passing beers around, have you guys how many of y'all coworkers in your same group like drink beer or drink craft beer, or are you finding more and more of them are now in relation to pass? I'm seeing the reason why I asked that is because I'm noticing and talking, having more conversation once I mention craft beer now more than ever. It's like it's super common. Like everybody's drinking craft beer, and even a lot more women in my workplace are, oh, I love beer. Like, so I just was curious. What do you guys?
No, not too many of mine, but I mean, other workplaces, yes, but the one I'm currently at, no.
But like with
they don't know nothing about that world, huh?
No,
I mean, shit. Like the thing is with me is that like it's really hard to tell. I like know one person that was a beer drinker, and I got him to drink some craft beers, but like because I've been home for so long, it's really I don't know what people do.
I might know what people doing.
Shit,
Gotcha.
Yeah, because I was all before the pandemic. Remember, I was working from home already for like 7 years straight, and then I went in the office for a year and ended up coming back home. So I don't know what people do.
People, you got coworkers.
What's those? I thought I was the only person in the company.
All right, Dad, what you drinking on?
I just happened to be drinking on Rob, the Brewer's beer.
On Rob.
What I just happen to be drinking on Rob is the Brewer's beer, which is the Red Ale IPA. This is actually, let's see if y'all, I'm sure y'all can. I'm a little. My setup ain't the same today, so I'm like holding the phone up. But anyway, do y'all recognize that guy right there? Oh, not that guy. Sorry, I gotta turn the can.
Not that guy.
Because it's actually two guys on this can.
Keep turning.
Yeah, that's Leo.
That's Leo.
Sure is Leo.
That's Leo.
Hat and that hoodie.
That hoodie, right?
Can't mistake that.
Right.
Montclair Brewing.
Yeah. So this is their Brewer's beer, American Red Ale IPA. This is coming in at 6%.
Like a
I wonder
blend.
if the guy on there is their son. I don't think their son is that old though. So maybe that's just somebody, I don't know.
There's another
that they decide to draw with him.
That's like a mix. It's an IPA and a red ale.
It's a combination. I had it in the tap room back in December, but it's been a while. So, and I liked it enough to get it, to get some cans of it, just to share the color. It's got a lot of head on it because I wasn't able to tilt the glass, but it's kind of, the foam is kind of subsiding right now, but you can see the color here.
Trying to get yourself a milk pour.
Yeah. I should have dumped the whole can up.
Yeah, you should have went all the way. What is it? What does that taste like?
As far as the flavors, you can still taste. You can still taste the hops of the IPA, but you do get, I would say, the warmness and more of I would say the maybe it has the body of the red ale, but the hoppiness of the of the IPA a bit. I don't know if that's the best way to describe it, but that's how I describe it. But it's not at all like, it's not a super like bite, it's not, it don't have a sharp bite to it at all. Like I said, it's 6%. So if this is something that you would, you could drink this anytime throughout the day and feel good. So for me, this is a Patch Vanilla.
Rob. Yes, sir.
That's pretty good.
Hey.
We ain't got our fourth member to ask Rob.
I know it's been a long week.
What would he say? What would you happen to be drinking over?
He always says some random shit in front of it though. Hi, I know it's been a long week, Rob. And I know you have something great. What exactly are you drinking today?
I'm actually drinking, and it almost when I got it, I almost put a little tear in my eye when I saw it in cans.
Oh,
I was like,
uh-oh.
What is it? What is it? ESB?
It is an ESB. Can you dig it?
Can you dig
Can you dig it?
It is an ESB from Aslan and Crooked Crab.
Oh, nice.
It's a dirt pie inspired. I don't know what a dirt pie is, but dirt. Anybody know what a dirt pie? I only think a dessert like this.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but it's like made out of like Oreo or something.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
It's kind of like sand, almost like they grind it up.
Right.
That's
what I would think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a dirt pie inspired extra special bitter ESB. If everybody been listening, they know that's one of my favorite things. Besides stout, it's 5.5% ABV.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, I gotta have an ESB. I can't.
Mm-hmm. Where'd you cop that at, Rob?
I think Total Wine and More.
Total Wine, okay.
Total Wine.
Okay.
But I'm sure Aslan has to do with other side. So shout out to them for bringing Aslan up to Delaware, so I can have my ESB.
So does it taste chocolatey?
Huh? No.
Does it taste like chocolate?
No, I don't know why it said dirt pie inspired.
Does it taste like gummy worms? Because sometimes like in dirt pies they be putting the gummy worms in there.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but
I don't know. I've heard the term. I've never tried it, or like no.
It'd be like weird shit because normally like I remember somebody had it for Halloween one time and it was like the dirt pie with the gummy worms in it, and I'm like, ugh.
I mean, I guess. No, it tastes like an ESB. I'm trying to see if maybe they added some why them inspired by
I don't know, maybe they just was drunk off.
Maybe there's small chocolate. Maybe they were eating dirt pies and they was like, you know what?
Yeah,
let's do it.
That's what they mean. It was inspired by it was inspired by the dirt pie.
Like while they were collabing on Crooked Crab and Aslan, they were like, man.
Yeah.
While they were eating their dirt pie, they was like, you know what? This really inspired me to do an ESB.
And so that's what they said inspired by.
Yeah. So if it was inspired by, like maybe it's just the idea of taking maybe random recipe like ingredients or something to put in there. Because the reason why I say that is because I just looked up dirt pie recipe and it's pretty random of the things that they put in there. It's like cream,
but it's definitely normally Oreo, right?
Cheese, soft cream cheese. It's got Oreos, crushed up Oreos in there. It's got hold on, my screen.
I think what makes it the dirt pie though is the Oreo, the crushed up Oreo part.
Shaved white chocolate, what's it called? Whipped topping thawed, vanilla pudding. So it's just like
this is random shit.
Yeah,
let's just dump this in there. That's a dirt pie.
Yeah, that's definitely.
As long as it got the Oreos on it, the crushed Oreos.
So,
yeah, man.
It'll be interesting to hear the backstory of how they came up with the inspired.
Like, well, no.
well, Aslan, if you're listening, let us know why this brew is dirt pie inspired.
Rob don't really care. He's just glad that it's ESB. That's
it's ESB.
Yeah, absolutely. So shout out to him.
They don't care. What it was called. Or what they did, who inspired it. They don't care.
I just said I saw ESB. I was like, ah!
Stopped in my tracks.
He said, and that song
I
started
felt,
playing.
I felt like Steve Irwin. Oh God, there's a crocky. I'm the worst Australian accent.
That was horrible.
Oh, I was in the wild and I found one. I was like, oh, that was the best one I had.
Stupid.
All right. Well, it looked like everybody has some good bits. Well, this is past Manila, so.
We hovered. Me and you
got
hovered
another
around
beer
the
too,
5 and
but
6 range, and Yoda said, "I'm blowing y'all niggas out of the water."
yeah, I got another beer, but I don't know if we'll get to it after drinking this because this
I don't think so
8.4.
either.
I got another beer too.
I just got
Just another ESB.
Guys, I'm gonna drink 2 of these bitches today.
Yes.
I do got another one, but I got the Dan's Jam.
Okay.
Dan's Jam. I think y'all drink it. You drink this?
I
already,
drink it,
right,
yeah.
Rob?
Yeah, that's the
Gummy
Swedish
worm
fish
joint,
one.
the Swedish fish
Yeah,
joint,
the Swedish fish.
I gave
he
that
did
one a
have
try.
some of it, yeah.
This was.
I gave that one a try. I didn't finish the can.
You didn't like it?
I'll have just one.
Oh, okay. 4.5.
Yeah, it wasn't that it was bad. I love the flavors of it. It just the sweetness just got a bit overwhelming. The more I drank it, so I just said, you know what? Let me go with just my first glass pour. You know what I mean?
That can't happen with them sours.
I drank 8 of it.
Yeah, a lot of sours actually lean a lot, especially fruited sours lean more sweet.
Yeah,
sour. Like you can tell, like that sugar joint is high, and even the imprint joints, you'd be like, yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like them imprint joints, like they got the nerve to be thick and had lactose in them all the time, and like a nigga like me and lactose. I do not get along with that shit all the time.
Yeah, because you know it's lactose because one, even if you don't say lactose, they put
you pour it.
So therefore, you got it's ice cream. I mean, the lactose is right there. Because I think the last one I had like raspberry and Rocky Road ice cream. That was the last one I drank.
Ooh. Oh. And then as soon as you pour it, you can tell it got lactose in it anyway because it looked milky.
Yeah.
But I mean, they got that shit down packed though. They got that. That's their move, and they got it.
Yeah. All right. We are really chilling. But what's I guess the biggest news of the week has been what the fuck going on in Crimea? I mean, not Crimea. Shit, that was 4 years ago, 5 years ago. It's
in Ukraine.
Well, it's still Ukraine. It's just not Crimea. Now it's like Kyiv.
Yeah,
they like the capital. It's just Russia invading Ukraine, which is crazy.
What I was saying a couple days ago is that because I don't pay attention to that kind of stuff, like what led up to this point?
Nothing.
Yeah, okay, so I'm not confused because I was like, I didn't even hear shit. Like I just turned around and I heard boom.
Russia's always believed that they belong.
That should be theirs.
Belongs to,
right?
Yes.
Okay. And I think there's a bunch. There's like from what I've heard too is that like the area is it Kyiv? Is how you say it? Kyiv is a largely populated group of Russian people, but that consider themselves Ukrainian and identify as Ukrainian. So Putin apparently is like, I want to take. They speak Russian, right?
Yeah,
they speak Russian, and so he's like that belongs to me. Like that belongs to me. That's crazy.
Because it was obviously it used to be part of the USSR. Back in the day for my millennials who don't know what that is. It was Soviet Union, obviously, right. But so it was part of that, and obviously that is in the Cold War and all that kind of stuff, which is kind of what that's Putin's wheelhouse. He was a former leader in that kind of stuff, so that is his wheelhouse.
It probably was some Twitter shit. Somebody had some Twitter beef on the Ukrainian Twitter, and that's how it went down. That's why we don't really know. It was some Twitter beef, and they was like, you know what? Fuck this. We bombing that shit, and they really did it.
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with I hate to bring back the previous president, but him allowing Russia to do whatever they want to do without any consequences. A lot of that built up there. Like, oh yeah, we
With the
good.
shit.
And
Yeah.
even the sympathizers that are here in the U.S., I think allowed that as well. They was like, oh, it's not Russia. Russia ain't doing nothing. They cool. So that allowed them to say, you know what, we can do whatever we want.
Right.
Good. And like all the cyber attacks and all this other stuff and the
oh yeah, I forgot about the cyber attacks and shit.
So all that I'm sure all that has manifested in this what's going on now. So it is a tragedy. Praying for the Ukrainian people because it is crazy. Like especially if you're an adult male and you able to fight, you can't leave. You had to stay and fight. So you had to take your family to the border if they could get out, and you had to stay. And they said, "Yo, make your homemade Molotov cocktails." I couldn't even imagine. Go to the local bookstore and get some Glocks, get ready. This shit is crazy.
Yeah, like, but my question is,
but they've been putting up a fight though. So
how come? Like, what makes this not happen in the U.S.? I always had that question. Like, how come in these different countries, right? You see this happening, but what stops this from happening in the U.S.? Is it that we just give in to shit, or do we just put our foot down more, or whatever the case is?
Some people say it happened on January 6th last year. They tried to.
Oh, they tried to bomb us?
No. Oh, you mean
it's a long distance.
They stormed the Capitol, but it's also a long distance to get here, and the people that are connected to us are allies. So Mexico and Canada. So it's a different. Well, we don't have a direct enemy or agitator sitting at our borders. That's one of the reasons. Whereas, like I said, they used to be part of, but it also begs the difference because Ukraine, I don't think, was the only part of the Soviet Union because there was a lot of other parts that were. I think Belarus was at one time a part of it. So I'm not sure why they focus on Ukraine. It is kind of weird, unless I don't know. Maybe
they may be the weakest or something.
Maybe he grew up in that area. He like, this was my home. I don't know what's going on.
Because you know how maybe they may just be like the weakest area, and he knew that. Like,
I don't think so. I think they got. I think they're probably one. NATO. They're not in a NATO joint because they won't allow them. They kept on vetoing them to be in NATO. But Poland is right next to them, and so they ain't gonna really mess with Poland. But it is 40 million people in Ukraine. It's not like a little city. It's like a little country. It's a big country. It's not like a small joint. And it had Kyiv is like a real metropolitan here. But the military, the Ukrainian military was able to take back the airport. So they are putting up a fight. And then Russia just got kicked out the SWIFT. If anybody's in the bank and they know that's a big deal for international transactions and stuff to be. So the fact that they got kicked out of SWIFT is tough.
So something I just pulled up while you were explaining what you knew is that these two countries obviously shared heritage goes back 1,000 years, but it speaks to specifically about when Kyiv, now Ukraine's capital, was the center of the first Slavic state, Kievan Rus, the birthplace of both Ukraine and Russia. So it's like they want to get back to.
but Moscow has been the capital for years now.
What it was,
right?
I mean, like, come on, like. Putin, was he even born?
No, he said 1,000 years ago. Unless he is a mutant, maybe he's an alien. He actually was here.
I did hear something else that said that before this actual invasion took place or broke all out, that this dude Putin, he saved up like some crazy amount of billions of dollars because he knew that countries and stuff would start, cutting him off, and he was going to need, money to do this, to move forward with it, because now Russian banks are cut off. Nothing's going to be happening in Russia from Olympics, all those kinds of streams that would actually be happening there. So this dude saved billions of dollars before he moved forward with it. So talk about
the Russian oligarchy and him, they got a lot of money.
I mean, how many years he had this concoction brewing before he?
Yeah, that'd be the shit. Like, you've been thinking about this?
Oh yeah,
think about this daily.
I mean, I think it's always been on his wish list, bucket list type of thing. To take back Ukraine.
Crazy.
All right, enough about. I'm just praying with the Ukrainian people. Hope it's settled, because it is. I think every couple of years, I think he tried to do something and carve out other pieces of Ukraine to take back, like he did.
Now,
like Crimea.
I have obviously our news shows what they want to show, but one thing I have started to see before we do switch topics is that Ghanaian students, Black people that are there in Ukraine, because everything we see on the news, they always show on white people.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really show the Black people, right? But there's talk of that Blacks and women with children are being denied shelter in Ukraine, as opposed to them having these, safe spaces, provided for white Ukrainians.
Yeah,
so the bomb shelters, they're being denied getting the bomb shelters and stuff like that.
Yeah. So that's equally as bad. Like, what they not on the front line for y'all. They didn't decide. They didn't say the soldiers, and they're not going to be. They shouldn't be denied. Shelter. Bottom line.
But speaking of Black people in foreign countries, right? It just made me think. What in different countries? What's the Black history there? Like, what are people taught? Because we're taught American Black history pretty much. What are they taught about Black history there? Does anybody know?
I don't know, but the author of Three Musketeers was Russian. He was Black.
Who was?
The author of Three Musketeers. He was Black.
Black dude.
He was Russian born, I believe.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, what the Black history lesson is.
Well, I think it probably there's probably maybe starts or begins at a different time than the Blacks that have made it to U.S. because all of them were picked up at some point and sold off to different countries, right? Of how you got Trinidadians, you have all of these Black people that are in these different areas because they were sold as slaves to different countries. So in terms of
definitely different.
To answer your question, they really probably just have a different start or end point of when their history started for their ancestors, and for what people can probably tell them or remember of how their people arrived in Ukraine and Europe and all different places, because it all started from that though.
Yeah, well, because you got like they normally are they're obviously the Greek freak. He's the Greek freak, but his parents are from some parts of Africa. So and they eventually migrated there and they grew up in Greece and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, even Ben Simmons, his dad.
Exactly.
Is an American, but he went over to Australia when he was playing there, and that's how Ben became an Australian. But so it's a surprise similar to that, like those stories, because someone was talking about they were bringing up, I guess again, I'm not sure why, because this is actually kind of off topic, but kind of in terms of the Black experience and can you relate? But you can relate to some of the pain and hurt, I think they were talking about British actors taking on American stories, because especially I think it just came back up because of Snowfall,
right? And
my man Damon Idris
Elba
and all them, and even the folks that were in One Night in Miami. Two of them were from two were British actors, but they were playing Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali, so there was a big deal on that. And they were saying, even though they don't know that African American experience like we know it, they do know the Black experience, because there is a lot of colorism and Black folks are treated a certain way in
I
other
believe
parts of the country and stuff like that. So they understand all that as well. So,
except for people like in Africa and Jamaica and stuff, they don't really know too much about racism.
Yeah,
they just know about haters.
Erica said she ain't gonna stand in the bomb shelter. She like, I need to be able to get away quickly. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
it is too many civilians, not enough trained fighters. Yeah, which is crazy, and that goes. When you hear about like some of these armies, you be like, because you think about our army, and it's like 5 billion,
right,
large.
gazillion, right.
Right. Like, you like, oh, you be thinking like, oh, I think the way we spend money on military, you would think every army is like that, but it's not. Like, I think
it'd be like 1,000 of them niggas. Like you be like, what?
Right.
I think
what we supposed to do with that?
Right.
I think we have
when
like
they
5 times.
They were showing on the news, they were like, 100 Ukrainian soldiers. I'm like, oh, that ain't enough. Like first thing thought in my head, like they going down. Like they stuck on only 100 of them are on this island.
Well, come on now.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that movie 300?
Oh yeah,
that was a good movie.
It was 300 of them motherfuckers. They handled that shit, boy.
Yeah, 300 is definitely a lot more than 100.
200 more. That's fact, right?
Right. I'm like, ooh, 100, man.
Yeah, because I think
you spread that 100 out over that size island that they were showing the like the aerial view of. Yeah. I was like, you can barely cover the corners of the island. You know, like if you wanted to create like a border to make sure, like, yo, you cover this side of the island. You know, a bunch of y'all cover this corner of this side. You can't even fill up the perimeter with 100.
Yeah, because they were saying that they were talking about that island. They was like the last words they said were F Russia and whatever y'all did, F Putin or something. But then they got slaughtered, obviously. But
yeah,
it was crazy.
Side note before we move on. So I decided that Imprint in their Too Hot for Graham. They need to go ahead and do a collab with Full Tilt's Dan Jim. Because I mix these bitches and they are good. This shit is delicious.
That's how things happen, man.
Yeah, well, you gotta hit them up. Tell them you got to do a collab with each other. I don't know if they ever did a collab, but maybe they need to. There it is.
Yo, that little mixture. Because that sweetness from the Dan's Jam and then the hoppiness from the Too Hot for Graham.
Yeah, but see, I think they probably would go around and do a sour because they are both big sour houses. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. All right. What else is going on in the news? Obviously, the biggest news here in the States is Joe Biden's pick for the Supreme Court.
Oh yes,
Ketanji Brown Jackson. I guess I don't know.
Hey, that's how deserves a hand clap, Rob.
I don't know if that's how you said her name.
Yeah. That's huge.
Yo, it just be crazy.
Some people have mixed opinions.
Thoughts. Yeah.
What about you? What about your? Do you have mixed thoughts?
I don't have mixed thoughts. I mean, because a lot of times, I don't know who she is. So, but they were like,
I only know, obviously, watching some of the, the replay of her, her interview, in televised interview.
Folk ain't know it's Kim folk type of thing.
Well,
yeah, but I think people always are bringing up the her husband is, and
you freezing, right?
So I'm freezing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, because I see y'all fine.
Say what you said again, because all we heard you say.
When you be talking, you be pausing. You be like,
huh.
All we heard you say was husband.
Oh, because sometimes people are saying because who her husband is, do we really know where she stands on some of these issues?
Who's her husband?
It's he's a surgeon in a Boston area, but they met in Harvard when they were in college. But he's a white guy.
He's like a normal guy to me.
He's a white guy. He's a white guy.
Okay. He's a white guy. Like,
but he was like,
they don't know where she's staying because she's married a white guy.
Right. Well, that's what
I don't know. People felt like that about Frederick Douglass too, because he married a white woman. So
at the end, I mean, that wasn't the original.
Still,
love is
still
blind,
weird.
I mean, you can still. I think you could. Can you not be for your people and love someone out of your?
Absolutely.
I think you still can.
I think you can because I guess because apparently they have some kind of love for your people too. They or not, I guess. I don't know. Well, it depends on the person.
Well, you
might just want that black.
The main part is if they met in college, those are some probably their most impressionable years. you know, they probably, you know, fell in love out of just genuine support for each other. You know, who knows? Cramming for exams, cramming for papers, and
cramming
like,
and
look,
cramming.
you made it through. You became a
Cramming and ramming.
Cramming
exactly.
in the Calucci.
Let me take this little frustration out on you, girl. Now that paper's done.
We ain't gonna talk about the Supreme Court justice nominee.
Right.
Yo, but nah, you know what? But it's like I'm just hearing her all her accolades and like education and shit. It's like, damn.
She does have locks. So she is.
Yes.
So she is up there with her natural hair doing her thing. So I mean, you can only. She's younger. I think she's the second. Am I still breaking up?
No,
it's like
because I can hear it crackling. I don't know where that crackling coming from.
Right, Dev.
But yeah, she is 51. So I think she is the second youngest. She will be the second youngest Supreme Court justice on the course right now, because I think the Amy Coney Barrett is 50 or something like that. But the other young lady who was in the running, she was 45. She was really young. But she was
45 is really, really young.
Right, that's 2 years younger than I am. I'm 2 years older than I am.
Yeah, you ain't that young though, so.
Oh, but 45 is young.
Nah, that's young for that position, like.
Right. So she could have possibly been there for 40 plus years.
She would have been there the whole time we would have been living.
All right. Yeah, she definitely could have been.
Yeah.
Definitely. So then she might make it. Obviously this doesn't shift the court system because it's still majority conservative.
Yeah.
It speaks to what, you know, contrary to what people have, I guess their feedback has been in terms of like how Biden, who has, you know, the semi-majority of, you know, Democratic votes, but he's consistently said through his presidency that he's willing to work with the Republicans, and he did that in this case. I mean, you know, he did get advice from the Republicans to select her, so it wasn't like that. This was like, you know, from the way the news would paint it. They would paint it just.
She only got 3 votes.
Oh yeah, I just picked her, and that's who I want. Like he did.
Well, she only got 3 votes from the Republicans because she just was up for federal board, the federal appointment last year, I think.
There's 3 sensible people,
right,
on that side.
Right, so maybe she'll get some more, but you know they already came up that she was a. I don't know how Lindsey Graham says anything, because that motherfucker is fraudulent to the max.
And
what are you talking about? She's just the pawn. She's just a liberal pawn, a liberal left pawn. Use a fucking Trump pawn. Right. Like, what? Get the fuck out of here, son. What are you talking about?
They got tapes. They got tapes on you, sir.
Right.
Like the day when January 6th was happening, they got tapes on you.
Yeah.
Right. You say one thing tomorrow, one day, and then tomorrow you say, we'll see. I was too busy. I was drunk.
He got tapes and played back the tapes. He was scared. He was scared to do something when the insurrection was happening. He was talking to Trump on the phone, telling him to make it stop.
Yes, some people just need to just shut up. But I think the other reason they were saying, because she's also family members of Paul Ryan. Like somehow her husband's family is also brother-in-law, sister, something. It was hard. It wasn't really exactly. It was like his brother's twin's brother or some shit like that. His brother-in-law is Paul Ryan. I was like, what? That doesn't make sense to me. I'm fucking confused.
That's like that's a distant cousin.
Right. I'm confused. I don't know what's going on. No, I don't think they were distant cousins. I don't think they're even technically blood related. It's through family that they are.
Like through marriage or something.
Right.
Like one of those situations.
Yeah. But they also saying she's like her husband is like Boston, I guess, royalty. They part of they part of the Boston Brahman. I don't even know how you say it, but
you said something about some ramen, noodles. Yeah, I know about those.
It's like it was like some of the founding Boston people who founded Boston. Like he's part of that lineage. I guess the whole thing. I was like, all right, well,
listen, a lot of them.
You can only see what you do.
That lineage. Unfortunately, we do not. So a lot of them come from that royalty.
Right. So they were saying you could think she Chiquita Thomas, but she turned out to be Clarissa Thomas, like Clarence Thomas part 2. That's what they were saying. But Thomas was also nominated by George H.W. Bush, right? George H.W. Bush. Yeah.
Well, niggas.
Yeah, the first Bush, right? I think that sounds
right.
I
can't wait. The next election, Kanye is on my list. Well, if he run, I'm voting for Kanye.
He ain't running.
If he do run, I'm voting for Kanye. Kanye for president.
All right. What else is going on?
Well, speaking of
Kanye, did y'all watch the?
You might as well segue to Kanye. I mean,
yeah. Did y'all watch
watching the documentary? I watched part one. Part one was great.
Yeah, right.
It was great.
I was surprised. I'm like, yo, this
I was
great.
I was pleasantly surprised. It was glad. I was glad to get a.
Why'd you watch it? I didn't even watch it.
It's on Netflix.
The documentary.
The documentary. Well, we did. You couldn't hear us.
For some reason, I thought you were going to the Don 2.
I watched that too. I watched the Don 2.
Okay.
I watched that too. It was good. That was good too. The audio was a little stupid, but
somebody said he fired all his production staff after that. But,
I would have too because it was. But my thing was that because I wasn't there, I don't know if the audio was off there, but it was off when we was watching it. Like
okay.
Oh no, the audio was off there too because he threw the mic.
Oh, that's why he threw the mic.
Yeah.
Shit, even the mic when he threw the mic, it was delayed.
Right. Yeah, but I only watched the first few pieces of the Jesus joint.
Yo, you gotta watch the documentary, yo. It's so good.
Genius.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, I heard. Some people said.
You know what? It really.
They really love
it. Makes you understand Kanye. Yeah, it makes you. That's what. Yo, it really makes you love Kanye again because it makes you realize that Kanye didn't just turn cuckoo Kanye.
Right.
He's always been that way. You just get to see it because social media is different.
Right.
When
he
first started.
But you know what I said to myself too? His mom was a little weird.
Well, I think. Well, I think like we use the word weird, but
yeah,
they were like people who get labeled that are usually kind of ahead of their time.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nowadays, people love the term weirdo now.
Weird.
Yeah, because even the way she parented him, you could tell from that video. Right. She was very free flow, like she was rapping his lyrics. You know, as a mom, like she was that supportive mom. It was like, you know, when it's, you know, like how we had friends when they would come over there. You know, your mom would be like, you know, like, Mom, I got company. Like I'm coming with people, and he grew up in that household. It was like, okay, I trusted my son is bringing home, you know, some, you know, decent people as company, and we gonna sit up here, and no matter what time of night it was almost like a scene out of remember like the Goodfellas when the one mom when Joe Pesci came home in the middle of the night after killing somebody, and they had the mom like fixed them a meal.
Oh,
they all sat at the table like, have a seat, baby. It seemed like Kanye's mom was like, no matter what time of night he came in from after being in the studio, her house was open to him and his friends, and they just would sit and let's talk, you know, about, you know, where he was and what he was doing and kind of like what path he was on, whatever.
Well, but I think it was just him and her against the world. I think so.
True.
I think that's probably why
it was.
Didn't have his dad there.
You know what I got from it though is that Kanye was that dude maybe that you would know in school that nobody really talked to that much, but you knew he was a cool dude just because he was nice.
Right.
Like he was just a nice dude, but you like nobody really fucks with him because he wasn't quote unquote.
Really like, you know
right,
yeah,
because he wasn't quote unquote cool.
Like,
but
he didn't get into trouble.
Right. They wasn't pushing him in,
like,
pushing
with
him
the
over.
Brainiacs, but he kind of fell in the middle.
Yeah, that guy. But I say his mom was a little weird because anytime I hear, not even just his mom, because I hear people do it all the time, but I think it's weird every time. Don't say your son's name every time you talk to him. Oh, Kanye, that's cute, Kanye. Oh, I like that, Kanye. Oh, Kanye. You know, Kanye, I just thought that maybe tomorrow, Kanye. Like, don't do that shit. That is his son. That is weird.
Remember, she loved the word named Kanye. That's why she named it her. She loved to say Kanye.
I forget. What did they? Oh, what did she say in the documentary that Kanye means again?
Nah, I forgot.
Kanye means darn.
But don't do that. That's weird. That's what makes her weird.
Well, no, because Andrew Carnegie or the Carnegie lessons, they say the sweetest words people can hear is their name. The sweetest word people hear
don't do that
is
to
their
me
name.
because I'm gonna be irritated as fuck. If I would have grown up and my mom was
don't know that
kept
if that's
saying,
what you was used to.
Yeah, if mom kept on saying, "Oh, Yoda, yeah,
I'm gonna start doing that
Yoda,
now.
So
Yoda."
I'm gonna start doing that now. Every time I see you now.
Of Kanye, the meaning
do
of
that shit.
Kanye means let's give God praise together. That's what his name means.
All right, so
she should have said that.
But they
Oh,
said
let's
that.
give God praise together. Oh, let's give God praise
Oh,
together.
come on, that would have
well,
been
no,
too
that's
weird.
too much. That's too long.
No,
so if you can just say Kanye, you just say that Kanye. Bang.
Oh, I see what you did there. Let's give God praise together.
That makes sense now. That makes sense now. So I gotta finish checking out the documentary.
It's
I've been watching
definitely
it.
a good documentary.
I've been watching other stuff.
For a long time, every time he said that Rockefeller didn't take him serious as a rapper, I never believed it until this
Some people, but people try to refute that. A lot of people refuting that though. They were like, he always had the camera, and people he would do the things 10 times. So they were saying that probably was the 10th time he came in there and did that to the
oh, that's what they saying.
Yeah, they
it
saying
probably was.
It might have been, but at the end of the day, when I seen it, motherfuckers wasn't paying no mind. So I feel like
saying
maybe
that was like the 10th
that's
time.
why.
So at that point, she was like,
everybody was like over.
She had other work to do,
right?
And that so it's like you're ignoring me now, motherfucker. Like get out of my face.
Yo, one thing I can't, even though you didn't watch it, Rob, I'm still telling. One thing that I did like was that when you, because when you know a song that he's did, and you get to see the process of it is crazy. Because like when he did the joint with Jamie Foxx, yo, that shit was crazy. How he just went, like they recorded at Jamie Foxx's house, Jamie Foxx's studio, yeah. But he just rapped the verse to Jamie Foxx, and Jamie Foxx was like, "Yo, this shit's hot. What you need me to do?"
Right.
And he told him, he's like, "I want you to be like."
You're talking about Gold Digger, right?
Nah, not that one. Slow Jam.
Oh, Slow Jam. Oh, yeah.
Yo,
I guess I go back further.
So that process of making Slow Jam, it was like, yo, look at that Jamie Foxx, like just recording it, like that shit was crazy.
Yeah, I do like the see one. That's why I watched another show on Netflix in terms of like how songs come together. I forget what it's called. Or even watching now the Netflix show How It Got Made. I like shows like that where it shows how that all came together.
And like how what was that what was it? Jay-Z joint Blackout?
Yeah, the Black Album.
Yeah, the Black Album joint. Remember he had that that joint? He had the documentary.
Yeah, with the encore and all that stuff.
Yeah, like that shit was lit. Yeah. I like to see the process because you never you don't know what's happening in the studios. You don't get to see that shit unless it's somebody.
Yoda, what about in the documentary when Kanye said when he played the beat for H to the Izzo to Jay-Z, and he said how Jay-Z was in the studio with him. He leaned over and he gave him a little piece of the lyric. Like, H to the Izzo, E to the Bizay. And he had to figure out the next part. And he said when when Jay-Z realized like this is the words and this is gonna be a hit, it was almost like they was geeking in the studio together. Like, yo, this is gonna be like the anthem.
That nigga said I played like 17 tracks for this nigga. That was the last track.
That was the last one. He was like, "This is it."
And he said that nigga just said, and he's telling his mom the story, so it's like funny as shit. Like
he's like, and he just rapped that one part of the hook to him.
It is kind of weird that back in like I guess that was like 2003, 2004, where people were he just had a camera crew with him all the time. I guess he was a visionary. Shout out to him and Cootie for
times, like still like
right. So they thought he was crazy, but I mean, if you don't have footage like this, somebody else did that though. Oh, Janet Jackson kind of did that with her documentary, but this was so she had quite a bit of footage from back in the day. I mean, I guess you have to if you are of that caliber and you think ahead, like you know what?
Did anybody watch the Jackson Janet? Jackson Janet.
Yes, I've watched the Jackson Janet documentary.
We talked about it.
Watch that. I heard it was pretty boring.
We talked about it. No, it was good.
It was good.
Okay, that's why I just asked because I didn't watch it. And some Facebook comments that I just saw recently, they were talking about just the different documentaries that they've watched, and somebody in the comments had brought up and said that the
I
Jackson.
mean, it wasn't
Janet Jackson
salacious.
was.
So if you were looking for salaciousness, you wasn't gonna find that because I mean, but you heard some of the things from her own words and kind of like proof that
Right.
it wasn't what
Some shit
society,
that the rumors
shit,
was
right,
out
rumor,
there.
yeah. Like she
Speaking
got
of-
like she got done dirty twice by the Justin Timberlake shit and by just being associated because her brother was Michael Jackson. So it was kind of crazy that in terms of like she got rolled into all that, even though especially when he was going through one. Actually, it was actually more than once because when he was super famous, and then he so they always asked about who your brother was, and then also back, and then when he got caught up in the allegations, it was like your brother's Michael
your
Jackson.
brother,
So
yeah.
it's like it was a double-edged sword. She just got Yeah. So the fact that she became who she is
Right.
is a testament to who she is as a person.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with that definitely, because that's hard times. I couldn't even imagine being Michael Jackson's brother, like and trying to be an entertainer.
Right.
Like that's hard as fuck.
Right.
That's
why the guys probably didn't do it. They were like, you know what, we good.
Yeah, they was like, I'm not coming. That's too much. That's too much.
I mean, Jermaine did it because I think he was just an arrogant nigga. He like, you know, I can do this shit.
Or he probably was jealous.
Yeah,
Tried to just fucking.
I mean, he had a hit or two. He had one or two hits. Didn't he have
remember the nephew? His nephews came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was his group. Like a front, like
21 Jackson Street or some shit right there. Or
I don't know what that was called. I forgot. The Jackson 3.
Oh, Jackson 3.
No, I'm just
21 Jackson Street was the album. I think that was the album, right?
21
Jackson Street.
One song.
I think they were called. Damn, what was they called?
Oh no, they talked about it on her documentary too.
Did they, the nephews?
Yeah, they quickly talked about it. Yeah,
it was called 3LW.
Man,
that wasn't it.
When they all, I don't know. You know, I remember when that group came out. When they all came out, you know, bright light.
Yeah, they all look like they already had surgery.
Flat iron hair. I said, "Oh man, he didn't pay for all of them to get surgery."
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know because I think their mother was white, ain't they? Ain't they?
Maybe
all in my head. She might be. She might be.
Yeah, but
all
like
I can think
all in his head. Same thing with me.
Yeah. Going back to Kanye, I need him just to wrap it up. Just let her go, brother. Just let her go.
Okay, so I agree. Like, stop being
Listen, man, y'all don't know.
But
what
do I agree?
Don't know what it took for him to get her.
I'm confused though. I don't know if I agree.
But you had her, but you wanted to live in Wyoming, and she like, yo, bro, what are you doing? That's the only beef she had. Come home. Now you can't come home. You can't come home now. It's too late.
But you know. Listen, I don't know if I agree with what he does or if I don't agree, right? Because the thing is, I think I don't agree because it's not. I think I don't agree because it's not me. I'm not famous and all this shit, right? But at the end of the day, when I look at how niggas be, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even like I can speak for myself too, I guess.
Right.
But
I think I know
like
what you're
how niggas be is like all niggas are the way Kanye is. It's just that we not famous, so nobody pays that shit no mind.
Yeah, I agree. You know why? Because here's the thing.
Majority of niggas is like that.
Here's to your point, yo.
Unless he broke up with her.
Here's the thing. Like you said something, Rob too, where you said like you think her words to him would be just like come home, right?
They were her words.
Listen. I'm just saying, but that's her. That's home to her, right?
Home to her. That's where your kids are.
No, look, listen to what I'm going to say here, though. A lot of us men conform to like where it's safe and where it's comfortable for our wives and where they're in their safe space where they want to be, right? Where it's to her, you know, LA, living in the hills and this life of, you know, the cameras, the glitz and the glam, like that's her lifestyle that he basically had to give into or take part of, right? And he's like, look, he's totally opposite her, like no cameras. He wants to be in this area where there's not a lot of people around. They can live their own peaceful life. And he probably wanted to give her a piece for that. And she like, I don't want that. Right. So to him,
he knew who she was when he wanted to get her.
But what I'm saying is he wants
he was
to share her
in that
world,
life.
but she don't want to share his world of like, have some sense of privacy. Like nothing, you can't tell me nothing about her life in LA is private.
Nothing. Right, but you knew that signing up for who Kim Kardashian is. You knew who Kim Kardashian
but is that a reason for the man I'm just speaking.
If you marry her, yeah.
I'm speaking of what Yoda was saying too. As nobody's really different than Kanye. None of us as men, right? We want to forge our way as men, as providers, as leaders of our household. Like, we don't want to necessarily like go and follow our. It's nothing wrong with following your wife, but there's also nothing wrong with your wife following your lead either. And if he's saying like, hey, look, if they even agree to like sometimes out of the year, like let's live in Wisconsin or Wyoming, wherever he wanted to live, but to not embrace where he wants to be and it's got to be just about her, that probably did put a strain on their whole situation. That's my assumption.
No, because you also have kids. So your kids are in school. So you can't go to Wyoming.
They don't go to regular school, Rob. You think
right?
Go to regular school?
They ain't homeschooled though. They ain't homeschooled.
This is definitely
they got teachers that come to their house, Rob.
They do not. They go to school.
Bus stop.
They go to the same schools like Kobe Bryant kids and LeBron's kids. They go to those schools.
Possibly.
They don't go. They ain't homeschooled.
Man, it was a pandemic, man. Boy, they was already being homeschooled.
They were not being homeschooled.
During the pandemic,
he knew who Kim Kardashian was when he signed up for it. How she make her millions? By showing the world everything
you for advocating for Kim, right? Because we advocating for Kanye over here.
We know if you get locked up, she gonna help you get out as a black man.
Yeah, you help you.
That's cool. That's cool. But the fact is,
you know why?
But you can say this.
He ain't see the documentary. He don't understand it.
But it don't matter. He knows. For one, if the fact that you don't care about privacy, if you got a camcorder everywhere either, so that blows your case out right there.
What was that, Rob? That was in the 2000s.
He ain't changed. It was him.
That was him documenting his career to like success.
It was still everything. It was his life. That was part of him. The same thing she doing now is what he did in 2003. It's just she got a bigger platform because social media really took off when she was doing it. It'd be no different if he was doing it now. He just happened to lose his mother. He just had to lose his mother in this process. So now he went left street.
No, I think once you get and all of us, I think all of us do this, right? Like when we started, when you take on a whole different persona when you start building your family, right? Like you become like. I think, just even saying with women, when you have a wife, it's different. When she becomes like a mother, like their motherly instinct kind of kicks in. So just say no different than a dad. Like your father instinct kicks in to be like, you want to protect them. Like he didn't want his kids like always on the camera. Like he didn't care how much he filmed. He just wanted to have some sense of like, protection or some boundary.
And they weren't on the camera a lot. They weren't on the camera
because he fought for it.
That's cool, but also now you in the public saying all this stuff online about your children's mother, and then now you're trying to say how you know that was me. That's a new argument. That couldn't have been. That might not have been me.
I might deny it too that way.
But like the only thing, like I was saying, the only thing different from Kanye than anybody else is that he's in the public eye. That's it.
True.
That is it, man. It's a nigga doing the same. It's a nigga doing the same exact thing he doing right now.
Right, and you would get a restraining order. I'm like, what the fuck is? And you would try to get a restraining order. I'm like, yo, it's good.
Yeah, but that's part of the process. At the end,
right. It might not be at that level.
Well, like you said, if he needed to just let it go. It's over. She said it's over, bro.
But
the way to win her back is obviously not the way he's trying to win her back.
Yeah,
so might try different.
No, that may be true.
Like he probably had a better chance when Donda first came out because she was still showing up to shit. Then she tried to win her back. And if he committed to winning her back, now that she
same way that like guys do stupid shit when we angry, right? I almost feel like that. Like I feel like I might have said this. I probably said this when I was down in Florida when I was talking. It was because me and the gymnastics dad was talking about this whole Kanye thing. Like think about it, like. She got her sisters and them in her ear. Like now, all this time, Kim only dated black guys, right? And now all of a sudden, she go get this white guy. Her sister's probably like, "Girl, you done had enough of these black guys. Why don't you go get you a white?"
Only one person would say that. That would be Chloe.
Well, I'm just saying, like, go
Courtney.
Like, go get you a white guy. Go see what it's like. Like she. So what I'm saying is like,
yeah, Chris Humphries.
All I'm saying is we do some stupid stuff when we angry. She doing stupid stuff to make him angry.
Right, but the fact is, if they might not have lasted, it might have been a PR stunt until he continually egged it on. He might have made it worse than it would have been. It might have fizzled out earlier.
You think what would have fizzled out? The whole issue with them, and they would have got back together?
Well, yeah, I think he did different. He obviously didn't sit down and say, you know, what can I do to reconcile this?
But we don't know that.
He obviously did not, because he tried to do it.
How we know? He
media.
might have. He
tried
to just say fuck nothing, nigga.
He tried to do it through the media.
To me, I mean, for example, like
you can't go get another girlfriend and say you want me back.
But keep in mind that what Kanye has said in some interviews is that he has attempted to talk to her. They've talked before, and this is where the social media shit comes from, because now he can't talk to her, so he has to talk to somebody. So he throws it out in the social media.
Right.
What happened?
Robert, keep in mind, this nigga's an entertainer and he has money. This is how he makes his money. So
a lot of it is
So just keep that in mind. So if like I'm sitting there tweeting shit because this is what people want to see from me, regardless if they saying I'm crazy or whatever. I'm gonna tweet this shit because guess what they do?
TMZ is on it all the time. I'll be like,
but
damn.
that's what my thing is right there. My point exactly. TMZ is gonna post it.
So you know how some people thought it was crazy that he bought a house, like across the street or something. Didn't he like buy a house across from where she was, or whatever? Like everybody was, social media was like, oh, he crazy, like that's some stalker stuff or whatever, like that. To him, in his mind, he was like, look, I don't want to be away from my kids. Like I want to be close to them.
But he was away from his kids when he was in Wyoming.
So don't matter. Like he can pick a house wherever he wants.
It does matter. It matters a lot.
I mean, no, it's not. Like people.
But you could have been. Yo, this is the crazy part, Rob. This is what makes me wrong.
Like, why wouldn't Kim say like, oh, if we got this property, we could have this property, we could live there for.
And then my thing is like what Rob said. It makes me mad that he made that statement because I know that fucking Kim Kardashian around her kids that much. It ain't no fucking way. You're Kim Kardashian.
People taking care of her kids for her.
With her kids.
Right.
She actually does have tons of pictures with her kids.
I'm talking about no paparazzi pictures with her kids.
She always out.
She's good at keeping the paparazzi out.
Yeah, but how? And paparazzi's always on her.
Right.
That's
she don't have them.
That's called strategy.
Man, listen, it's the same shit that Kanye doing. They both the same motherfuckers. That's why
they definitely.
I agree.
They definitely are. They love attention. They definitely both love attention, for sure. I mean,
but
that's how she got on, and that's just
making it seem like he wasn't already around his kids. She ain't either.
She ain't right.
But she lived in the same house every night.
She gotta work. They both working.
She lived in the same house every night.
I live in the same house with my kids. Some days I don't see Khalil for fucking hours on top of hours.
They might not see you. They might. They got babies. They got little kids.
Right.
They got little kids. You got teenager. That's a different story.
Man, listen, it ain't.
They got little kids. You see Deb, I know you see children every day if you're home. There's no way.
Some nights they're asleep before I get home.
It happens. And you think Kim Kardashian ain't busy all the fucking time? Man, get that, man.
Well, the same reason y'all use for schooling, I can do a lot of this stuff from home. It's COVID. I can do a lot of stuff from home now.
She ain't though.
How you know? You don't know where she at.
Paparazzi see her all day, every day.
Always having lunch.
What's the TMZ sound? Right? They be like, Kim Kardashian's eating breakfast. Kim Kardashian's at a car show.
You know when they do that though, that's when Chris calls and says that's where she's gonna be. So when they don't want her to see, she can get out when they don't want to be seen. When it's only when she wants to be seen is probably when she's seen, because that's when she calls paparazzi and say that's where we're gonna be at.
We're gonna be eating lunch at
Yeah, that's what they do. They call paparazzi and tell you
they parked outside of her private driveway, Rob, up in Calabasas when she
they is not, because security won't allow that.
Up in Calabasas.
Where she going?
Security won't let them get too
close. You know what? Calabasas ain't even on Google Maps, yo.
They would be chasing her.
They ain't chasing her. They know exactly where she is, because that is one. She had the camera crew because she has not Keeping Up with her Kardashians, whatever the show that's coming on Hulu now. So she always has a camera crew around her now anyway. So she ain't leaving. She ain't going nowhere. You know where she is. Kanye could have did a lot of this stuff before it got to this part. I mean, I understand his frustration. You could have picked anybody, but you picked a guy who personally went on Saturday Night Live and dissed me before we got into all this.
Right.
I get it. I understand. That
Right,
part.
she did the biggest bitch ass move ever.
I get it. You could have picked any other body except this guy who dissed me and you pretty much on Saturday Night Live in 2018, I think it was.
Man, Biggie and Pac all over again.
That's why it's some suckers. That's some sucker shit.
Biggie and Pac all over.
But it also
again.
could also be all it also could be all PR because his brand
yeah,
has went
definitely.
up the roof. You know, Pete Davidson. You probably didn't know who Pete Davidson was.
No,
now you do.
I knew he was, but
he didn't gain weight. He lifting weights. He tried to turn into
that's because he's scared. Kanye gonna show up with 100 goons at him.
Right.
SNL.
Right. That'll be awkward when Kanye is a musical guest again. Because you know it's coming. he probably be the season finale. He probably be the season finale.
Lou Belgium
Kanye
chimed
down
in.
to 2.
Lou Belgium chimed in and said, "Yeah, Kanye's wrong. He needs to leave it alone." Nah, nope.
You do need to leave it alone. Even if you don't leave it alone, back down, back up. Let her miss you. Maybe she don't miss you.
Now you sound like you're talking to the Proud Boys. Stand by and stand down.
No, I mean you need to just sit back. What you doing is not working. What you doing is not working. You might need to take a different strategy. What you doing? You know, because it says happy wife, happy life. If she don't love Wisconsin, Wyoming, you can't go to Wyoming. If your wife don't like Wyoming, Deb or Yoda, y'all ain't moving to Wyoming.
Yo, I'm team regular nigga. That's what I am. Like Kanye's acting
All
like
I'm
a
saying
regular
is
nigga.
my wife will move wherever.
No, she won't. Try that then.
Move
somewhere right now.
Tell her quit her job and she don't gotta do nothing.
That's different. That's a lot. But she ain't
that's one paper he got. So if he say, "Baby, we pick
up
food,"
but it's Kim Kardashian. She had paper before he.
Yo, but
that's
the thing is, that's the thing.
She's a billionaire too.
Yo, she got paper. She got paper, but that's what my issue is that she got enough paper that regardless where she lives at, she's gonna be popular.
She can be wherever she want to live. Like who cares about an address? Like that's what I'm saying. Like people with them kind of money.
Oh, that's the case that he could have been right there too.
Houses everywhere.
Now he packed back. He said he don't even have a house no more. He's backpacking, so therefore he didn't care anyway.
All I'm saying is, to me, if that's her,
he said his house is a backpack.
That I don't want to live in Wyoming, and that's why, and like because he chose to be there, like to me, that's just not a supportive spouse. So I'm Team Kanye.
You ain't supportive either. Then you ain't supportive either.
I'm just all I'm saying is,
listen, Robert, I'm the man. I got the dick. Okay.
I'm the woman. I give birth, so I trump you. There's no life without me. There's no life without me, the woman. So what are you talking about?
I make the rules.
I mean, I'm not a woman, so I can't say there's no life without me. I'm just saying
there is not, because you can't give birth to a woman. You can't get birth.
Well, how's she gonna get birth without a man?
You can't get birth.
You can't get birth without either one. So what are you talking about?
Yeah. You can't carry it either.
But you can't get birth without a man.
Right.
Sure you can. People do it all the time.
How? Who? Name one.
Go to a sperm bank and get it.
Right. Guess where that came from? A man.
Yeah, but they don't have to be there. You can't have a woman.
Man.
You can't deliver a man.
Until you said that. So moving on.
You can't do anything without the woman. Woman is
Rob. You said we were
the gods of this earth. And
we
tell you,
Yo, Lou said, wait, Lou said nobody want to live in Wyoming. And then he said all couples talk about moving before they move, but nobody wants to live in Wyoming.
Right. And he knew that shit.
But
you can have a vacation home. She was there. And I know she wasn't there. She was there. She just wasn't gonna make that her permanent establishment. Especially once they put like $50 million in the house she is in right now. He decorated that stuff. She let him dress her. He let her dress. She let him dress her the way he wanted her to dress.
Yeah, now she even more. That made her even more popular.
You know a lot about them.
That made her even more popular.
TMZ, make sure you know a lot about him. I'm not going to talk about.
After he started dressing her, that made her even more popular.
I don't know if it made her more popular.
It made her even more popular. Stop playing.
She had a new because she had dark colors. Now she's going back to colors.
You're right, Yoda. He upgraded her.
I don't think she upgraded. He is a fashion icon, but he
upgraded her fashion. He said, "Throw all your stuff away. I'm gonna take you over to Paris, where they really know."
Why is he a fashion icon and he dressed like weird? He dressed like
because fashion icons are weird.
But he don't look like it's not fashionable.
And it's fashion too. It's the same thing that you talk about in this thing.
Is it?
It's your perspective.
I guess. I mean,
your perspective is
I got on the God's Promise hoodie today, so
right, because he got those, what is it, Da Vinci boots or whatever the heck he wearing, Yeezy boots or whatever he wearing all over the place.
Them motherfuckers look like fishing boots to me, nigga.
It looked like he going muck. What is that? Noodling. He gonna go get catfish. That's what the fuck he look like. He in the swamp.
Yeah, I don't get his fashion sense at all. But
yeah, but they say that's it.
Everybody got their own look.
Yeah, I mean it works. He obviously he got brand deals. I mean they still waiting for them to deal with a Gap when that pop off.
Yo, but good. Okay, so what about that part? My question is, so he talked all that shit about Houseway, right? Mm-hmm. And about him needing these other companies to be successful. But then Rihanna came up with her own fucking company and did it herself.
No, she had backing.
But she's not under another company.
I think she is.
What company?
Because she also was part of the
50 ain't part of Gucci or nothing like that.
Her brand may fall under the Louis Vuitton, blah blah blah, whatever. She's the creative director of. That's a whole lot of brands. I don't know what the fuck it is, but she's like the creative director of it. So I mean, he didn't actually technically need it. Eventually, I mean, he doesn't need it, but it's also not. Makeup is different. Makeup is different than too.
Well, she
started with makeup though. She started with the makeup.
Well, maybe that nigga should have started with makeup.
Kim Kardashian did. That's how she got millionaire. And now she got Skims, and what's her Kylie, her sister, billionaire because of her brand, her makeup shit. Makeup is I guess is an easier venue. I'm probably not easy, but it's easier to contain and make your own brand. But you do it probably is white label too though.
Yeah, because so you never know probably the same shit.
Right. So you don't know who's behind the scenes of what the brand actually is. Because I mean, like cars and shit, they be the same shit. They just take their name and put it on another brand.
I'm about to start taking imprint beers and putting my label on them.
Yeah. Hey, look, if you mix two together, you can.
Yeah.
Oh shit. You Dev on it. TMZ just posted that racist claims emerge out of Ukraine. Africans deny access to fleet.
Oh shit! They just posted that.
They must be listening. Shout out to TMZ listening to Brews and Murder podcast.
They don't care.
Probably work for TMZ.
All I want to say is that they don't really care about us.
That's how they treat us everywhere. So it's like that news ain't shocking.
I'm not allowed to flick because they don't want you in Poland. Like what the fuck, son?
Yeah, that's why
I don't want to go to Poland and fuck that shit.
Right.
What else is going on? I think
basketball.
Did y'all watch
the Minnesota game and watch everybody from Andre Drummond and Steph Curry play and the idiot sat there in a cream sweat hoodie.
Did y'all watch the All-Star game?
Yeah, I watched the All-Star game. It was
good. I hate the All-Star game.
Why?
Like it's a bunch of bullshit.
Well, it's supposed to be a bunch of bullshit until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, well.
So don't tune until the fourth quarter.
They got it.
They can just. I mean, because you don't want to get injured.
Dunk contest is what?
The dunk contest was trash.
It's always trash.
It ain't always trash. When
man, how many times can you watch a nigga jump over a nigga?
When it's Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon 100 times.
I can't do that.
I can't do it either. But I hate to see niggas watch. I hate to watch niggas do it and do the same shit. Like,
well, when Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon, they always brought something new. And
then see a nigga jump off the motherfucking the cheap seats.
Gonna have the parachute, so that's not what
yeah, well, make that shit work. Hang glide on that.
They need some rockets on there.
Parachute down and dunk that shit. Now that's the type of shit I want to see because that's different.
I'm ready.
I want to see somebody put their foot on the glass.
Some shit like that. There you go.
If you get that much height, you is crazy. You got crazy.
Now we talking. Do some shit that I ain't never seen before, like that shit.
You put your foot on the glass, that's something different.
Right.
Yeah, how do you think they, I mean, obviously it takes a lot of money, obviously, and year after year, but to make it a slam dunk contest, and put everybody in it that that submits or decides to participate, like how do you keep it? How do you keep that fresh? To go,
I think keep it fresh by people who can actually
seen it all before.
That you actually know. That's the problem. It has been a problem for a lot, and I think it took a step back because of Dwayne Wade not letting Aaron Gordon win when Aaron Gordon definitely had the best dunk 2 years ago. I think he ruined it again. But it's also it's about stars. And Michael Jordan, like people think you can't do it. Michael Jordan, Diamond Wilkins did the dunk contest, so you definitely can do. You definitely can do the dunk contest if them two guys did it.
Yeah.
So there's no excuse for anybody not to do the dunk contest. So
you know what?
I would like to do the dunk contest.
Maybe you know what? I mean, maybe just backtracking to that to what I was saying about like keeping it new or fresh. It'd be good to see probably in that dunk contest for people to like do replicas of some of the most classic dunks. Like for example, like obviously Jordan's known from the free throw line.
They've done that too many times.
Well, I'm just saying like, you know, taking something like that.
That's how Brent Berry won.
Recreating that or adding like kind of a new flavor, a new twist to something classic like that. You got what's another one? Obviously, people always do the the bounce pass or bounce off the glass.
But
or
they did the arm in the rim.
Arm in the rim. So it's like really, from just listen. I ain't in the room being able to be in I ain't in the creative director space, but taking some of those classic moves and just kind of like modifying them to just keep keep them around, keep them alive.
What they need to do is pick them niggas that's in the halftime show at every basketball game and let them do their spring shit and let us watch that.
Spring shit, really?
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about when they're jumping off the motherfucking.
I need the guys who can jump who are stars. Ja Morant, Zion Williamson.
Ja Morant should have been in the shit.
Right.
But like, I mean, if they're not going to do it, I think that the halftime niggas should go ahead and just.
I want to see that.
Well, jumping off the trampoline shit. That's an
all-star game.
I take
yo, so what, nigga? That shit, it's better than watching these boring ass niggas do half-ass dunks that you can see 40,000 times.
Well, the problem is you don't even know who these cats are. You be like, who the fuck is this guy? I didn't know.
But I'm like tired of seeing a nigga jump over another nigga. We've seen that 40,000 times, and then it don't even be the tallest nigga in the league. Jump over the tallest nigga in the league.
They've done that already though.
Nah, who?
What's called jumped over Boban?
When?
2 years
ago. Is Boban the tallest nigga in the league?
Yes.
Is he?
Oh, either before, I think Bo might be at the same height, but I think they were both jumped over. Or I don't know Bo was jumped over, but I think Boban definitely was.
Did he duck his head?
I don't know. He probably always ducked his head.
Nigga, don't duck your head. I want to see a nigga jump over you.
Yeah, because that's just human nature. Because you don't want nobody nuts on the back of your head.
The nigga that's doing the dunk. That's what I'm talking about. These
niggas, but your nuts could be right there.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. Switch it up. I want to see nuts on the nigga's head.
You want them to face it. You want them instead of don't turn your back to me. Face me. What's that called? That's called a D's nuts dunk.
That's called a triple D.
No, but I mean, the people were talking about maybe the 3-point shot, 3-point contest maybe should be the end of the night, not the dunk contest. But
yo, free throw. I mean, the 3-point shootout.
Free throw. Shit, you want to see that?
Oh, fucking hell. Hell yeah. I want to see the suckiest niggas go for the niggas that suck at the free throw line. I want them to enter the free throw contest. They should make that a three-pointer. Put Ben Simmons in that bitch. I need them to do a free throw competition.
Yeah.
So still on the basketball tip, like what you think Simmons not released from his doctor or something as to why he sat out last night?
Yeah,
that nigga, man.
He said he's trying to get back up. I think he's trying to get back up. I don't think he'll play.
He's not gonna play next week, is he?
No. But Durant will play. Durant will play.
That game?
Yeah, I'm going to the game.
Yeah,
who you going with?
Durant will play. Yeah.
No, it's sick.
I thought I was. If I hadn't already promised them, I was going to sell them tickets. Them tickets was going for.
You should tell them, Daddy, I'll take you to another one and get a couple $100 for them tickets. We can watch it on the big screen.
Right. I thought somebody. Well, especially if somebody sold, because somebody was selling a 200 level ticket for $1,000. If they sold that shit,
yo, nigga, it's a sit down. You gotta have. Sometimes you gotta sit them down and explain.
Nah, my son's happiness is more than money.
He'll be happy when you get that money. Tell him you buy him something.
Yeah, Luke could have been on the podcast.
Put him in the comments.
That nigga is on the podcast.
Put him in the comments
because he definitely listening. He definitely can respond on the comments.
How fast is this nigga typing? That's my question.
What else is going on?
We love you, Lou. We love you, Lou. I know you out there getting some of that good weather in.
Yeah,
good weather in.
Ooh, yo, side note. I'm gonna see Usher in July, yo.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yo, when I went in July, he was on break. I'm mad.
Yeah,
I was trying to see.
It's back.
All right,
Usher,
what's that date again?
I want to say the 20th.
I'm coming,
20th, right? The 20th?
Yeah.
20th.
Is it sold out already?
I don't know.
No. I should go back in July.
Nigga, y'all should come.
I don't know Snooty Wild, but he got shot and killed in Houston. I don't know who Snooty Wild is though.
Oh wow, I don't know who that is either. I wonder if he featured on somebody's stuff.
He said he is on the podcast.
Yeah, I don't know who's Snooty Wild.
Yeah. We're gonna have to talk offline, yo. We're gonna have to set them dates up.
Yeah, but that's weird. I don't know who Snooty Wild is, but the name sounds familiar.
It does sound very familiar.
I mean, I hate for anybody to get shot. I hate for these, like, especially these artists, these known people getting shot because it's putting shit out and it's put so much energy out in the street because people know, like, who these people are. Right.
It looked like I was laughing because you were talking about somebody getting shot. I was not. I was laughing at Lou's text.
Rob's evil.
I was laughing at Lou's text. He said, "You taking Dev to see Usher."
Yeah, we'll take Dev to see Usher.
This thing actually jumped on too.
Somebody cares that I'm a super fan. Yeah.
Oh shit! This is
somebody cares that I'm a super fan.
I don't know. Are you a super fan? Because you did choose R. Kelly over Usher.
You did.
Oh, I definitely did. R. Kelly. He will outperform Usher any day. I chose him over Chris Brown.
This nigga, here he goes. Yo, did y'all watch the verses with
Yeah, I watched it.
We looking at Umbrella.
Like streets.
It's Snoop Dogg.
Let me soak up some of the
What up, though?
where you at.
He can't hear us all that shit.
I'm at Disney World. I'm in the magical land of Orlando, Florida.
Where you at, Animal Kingdom?
Huh? I'm being a great dad right now. I took my kids to Disney World. Now we have Epcot today. I just needed to check in because y'all said some things. Kanye's a bitch ass nigga. Leave that lady alone. That lady don't want you no more. And even if she do want you, that nigga's a go. Move on. Yo, you've been to Bush, you done broke up with a girl. You ain't stalked that bitch. You ain't stalked that girl.
That all the time.
Devin, Adrian, your wife ain't moving to Wyoming unless you ask her. She's not just going up and move. Nobody's moving to Wyoming, especially not Kim Kardashian. And you're right about the free throw contest with Shaq, Dwight Howard, and Ben Simmons. A beautiful thing. I'd rather see that than the dunk contest. Andre Iguodala, when he went against Nate Robinson, had the best dunk ever, and he lost. He got a 48. Isaiah Thomas. Why is Isaiah Thomas a judge for a dunk contest? I don't know.
Right. If you ain't dunk, you shouldn't be a dunk contest judge.
He never dunked in the game ever.
Right.
Never. What are we doing?
Like he's always there. Like, why are you judging? There's other dunkers.
It'd be sometimes that Dr. J don't be there, Clyde Drexler don't be there, but guess who be there? Fucking Isaiah Thomas. And didn't he rape some lady in New York? I don't know. Like, why is he still judging? I don't get it.
Allegedly.
Like, I guess you can rape. Nah, they paid out. That was a settle. They settled.
That don't mean you're guilty. That mean, allegedly. That doesn't mean you're
that means you don't want. When you settle, that means you don't want all the shit to come out. Some shit that needs to come out.
Or you just wanted to go away?
We gonna speak. I mean, they settled with Kaepernick. They settled with Kaepernick, and we know there's some shit that happened with Kaepernick. They settled, and he ain't talking about it since. Last thing, I'm gonna let y'all go. It's some black lady that Obama had hired as the attorney general, and now she's taking the NFL case against the black dude Flores. She's the NFL lawyer against the Flores, the racism case, but she a black lady. How's she gonna do that? Anybody know?
She got a job.
Or the same way the lady who was the president, the same person that was the president of the soccer association was a woman, and she didn't want to give equal pay until just yesterday. Shit happens.
Same way white people make hip hop. I don't know.
I mean, people go to law. They go for the law. If you're a lawyer,
now, I know how it happens, Rob. I understand how that works. I'm asking, do y'all agree with a black woman who's black doing a racism case with the NFL?
Yeah, I guess you got a job to do, man. At the end of the day,
Morally
you got
screwed up. I just think it's morally screwed up.
Yeah, it's
or maybe she firmly believes that it's not racist. I don't know. I don't know what she is. I don't know what her beliefs are. She may firmly believe that. She said, Lovie Smith got a job.
I mean, because you got a job. I just think at the end of the day, you got a job to do, and that's how that works.
Right. And I think I mean it's probably be tough, but I think they have a case because they are going to point to Lovie Smith, even though nobody wanted that Texas job because of this Sean Watson thing. So they say, just get that motherfucker the job. Right. That'll cover our tracks.
But they should have never fired the black dude in the first place. Like he did a good job last year.
Right.
He won as many games as Deshaun Watson without Deshaun Watson.
Right. And they might have the same issue in Miami with the mixed guy. Ain't that the mixed guy place? Ain't that where the guy is?
First of all,
that's the Miami coach.
Let's address the elephant in the room. Fuck Lou in this t-shirt wearing ass in the sunshine where it's all warm and shit, and we all sitting here in hoodies. Man, get the fuck off.
Yo, because it's fucking 90 degrees, baby. I don't live in Delaware in February. It's summertime. This bitch. Look at my legs. Look at my legs. I got fucking shit on in this bitch. Yeah. Look at this shit. Man, crazy. Look at this. Look at the sunshine. Y'all see this one? This shit crazy.
That same
that big ass video on your
Oh, at Disney.
Yeah.
Disney.
It's cold as a bitch out there, man.
Because you ain't got no mask on or anything. COVID.
Nah, man. Florida is different. Nah, I got the mask. Don't worry about that. I got my mask. But Florida's different, bro. They don't give a good goddamn.
Last year, this time, you couldn't go to Disney without a mask on.
Right. Now they like, it's optional.
So
like, you don't have to have it.
There.
Huh?
When I was there, they just changed it the day after we were there. They left.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They was like CDC said, yeah, fuck it, son, let's do it. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, that's what they on.
Yeah, right.
Let's run.
That's crazy as hell.
Let's see what happens, guys.
Say hi.
Lulu.
Y'all have a good show. Y'all have a good rest of your show. Have a great week. We out. You can follow me on Instagram. My name is Lou Belgium. I love everybody. Peace.
Love that boy.
Tuning in from signing on from location.
Yo, that nigga in that nice weather.
Yeah.
We sitting here. All of us got on hoodies.
Even though it's not too bad today.
It ain't
too bad today.
I hope.
But tomorrow it's colder. It's crazy. It go bang bang bang.
Yeah, that's what I don't like that shit.
Yeah, because it's 50. It's 50 something today. 38 tomorrow. Then 50 again on the next day.
And then it'll be one day it was 70 degrees or 68, and then it was 32 degrees the next day. I'm like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm. March gets even more bad shit. March gets worse.
Yeah. Okay, because now it's fighting with itself. Now it's fighting with spring.
Right.
It's like the AHA video.
There's been like snow blizzards on my birthday.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh yeah,
It's been real snowy in March.
Yeah, I had some of the bigger blizzards came in like March 15th.
Like, yo, we gotta do something. We gotta go somewhere. I said, man, I don't plan nothing like
in March
or it's like something big anymore on my birthday. I just wait. It's gonna be indoor. It's gonna be something. The 17th of March.
Oh, okay. Yo, March 5th. Yo, it's it's the Buns and Basketball tournament on March 5th in Philly. You want to go?
Buns and basketball.
I got.
Yeah, it's a bunch of girls playing basketball in thongs.
Okay.
With big
I
booties.
got a gig.
You ain't got a gig. Oh, I see what you mean. You got a gig. Okay, so yeah, we going.
I'll be in Philly already.
All righty.
Buns and basketball. You can't beat that. It's two of the best things ever.
I know.
Shit, we there.
I mean, I am not there.
You'll be there.
But I'm there in spirit. I'll be there with you.
You
Just reach out your hands, honey.
Well, look,
what else is going on? I think that's it. I don't know what else is
it.
going on.
Yoda's beer gone. Look, my beer gone. That's a
Both my beers are gone.
My mixer.
Both my beers are gone. I drank both of them.
No, you didn't.
Really?
Really?
Yep.
You went for both of them?
Yeah.
Well,
ESB.
ladies and gentlemen,
ESB,
an hour and 30,
the,
that's perfect timing.
Yeah, we can wrap this shit up.
Yep.
Yeah, it's who was that? It was EST. That was EST.
What?
I was trying to think of the greatest man alive. EST.
Oh yeah. I listen to that all the time. I got that on my old school playlist.
Yeah.
I got EST and I got Souls of Mischief and freaking who else? I got a lot.
Oh,
of
3 times dope was the actual.
Yeah. I make you weak in the knees.
Oh yeah.
Nice too.
I love 3 times dope.
Yeah. All that shit.
Mm.
Yo, but before we do go, I do want to shout out this guy Promise hoodie.
That's nice.
Said,
I like it.
This is Young Setter's single that he has out.
All right. Shout out to Young Setter.
God's Promise. Good song. Nice hoodie. I just thought I'd support, show some love.
And go Sixers.
Go Sixers.
And go Sixers.
You don't know them niggas in real life. I at least know them.
We bust ass. We bust ass the other night too. Harden's first debut game.
Yeah, that was kind of ridiculous. Like,
it was ridiculous in a good way though.
That was crazy.
Well, I'm just excited
that
that
the interview. Did you see Embiid and Harden do the post interview together?
No, I didn't see it.
When he was drinking the water.
I don't remember if I noticed the water part at all, but one thing that Embiid said that stuck out to me, he was like, he wasn't even prepared for a lot of the passes that Harden was making that were explosive passes that turned out to be good, right? But it's almost like Harden coming there, he like woke these niggas up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like get ready, like let's play. Stop playing around.
The step back. Every time you do a step back.
Yo, this nigga made them change the league, change the rules.
I used to hate that step back. Now I'm like, yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Yo, whenever you can make a whole league change the rules for you, you got some shit with you.
Actually, I went back and looked at his step. It actually is not a walk. It actually
definitely is a walk. You can't go backwards. You cannot step backwards, nigga.
You can take 2 steps.
No way, nigga.
Take 2 steps, period.
It don't say where you had to take 2 steps at.
Man, that shit.
Yeah.
Walk like a motherfucker.
It's not. I looked at it. What Embiid does sometimes is a walk. But I looked at. Well, that's why he got called for it, because he was trying to do exactly what. Because they showed the clip where they were trying to show.
The difference.
They were in practice, and they were and Cassell was saying that yours is a walk, his is not. So he's going to get it, but it is not a walk. It looks like a walk because the shoot, when you go to shoot, it looks like you're taking another shot, but your pivot foot never moves.
But that nigga's pivot foot does move.
Like from your hand high, like it's almost like a psychic thing. If you look at it,
right,
you think like, oh wait, oh.
Fuck, I don't give a fuck what y'all niggas saying. That nigga stepped back and then he does a shuffle. Like his feet move, yo.
Not Harden.
Martin, yes, he does.
I looked at the other day. I thought so too, and I counted.
You need to look at more. You only check the few.
The slow motion.
I counted them. I was like, yo, that's one.
Because the nigga steps back and then sets his feet, and when he sets his feet, he moves again. The nigga be like, step back, set my feet, and then he shoots it. Can't do that.
I'm gonna go watch it. Yo, I take the Brooklyn and Minnesota game to watch it, and then like 6-7 minutes in, because I just wanted to see how much more Drummond and Seth, and I thought Simmons were how much.
I know he was. He
how
was
much? I
playing.
mean, I was just trying to see how many minutes they got overall or on average in that game.
They start.
Yeah. I knew they start. I just was just seeing how they gelled with the team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're good. Well, actually, I forgot about this, that Curry and Kyrie were teammates at Duke.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot
that's true.
because Kyrie was hurt, so majority of that season he was there. So I forgot he was even there. I was like, oh yeah, because he injured his wrist that year, so he sat out most. I don't even think he played the tournament. So he was actually already done. Majority of his freshman year at Duke. So it was like a non. I mean, he was there, but he wasn't there. All right. Anything else? Versus. You did say something about the versus. I did watch it. Yeah, it was cool.
It was all right.
I don't know what. I don't think they needed the guy from Wildin' Out. He just was annoying. To me.
You talking about Jack Chiller?
Yeah, I was like, come on, bro.
Yeah, he's a fucking weirdo.
Like it wasn't the same. It's not in the vibe that these brothers are.
Yeah.
So why are you here?
Yeah, I don't know.
But other than that, it was cool.
You know what's crazy? That I think that music did all right, but Anthony Hamilton, like it was because I don't listen to Anthony Hamilton that much, except for the shit that he got that I heard on the radio before. Yo, the nigga like got some good songs. He got some good songs. Okay. I knew every single song that music did, but listening to Anthony Hamilton, he got good songs, and the nigga can sing. Music.
Oh yeah,
I love his songs.
Music is
but
horrible.
He sound like nigga. Your lane ain't to do runs. Like, don't do that. Your lane.
He did one run. I was like,
yeah,
like,
don't do
really
that. Bad. No runs. Music. Next time.
I mean, when you're feeling yourself, you're gonna go in there and try to do something. When you see somebody else doing it, you're like, oh shit, I could do that.
Nah, like don't. Nah. Yeah. So that means a nigga like me would go out there and do runs, and I would never. I wouldn't do no runs. No, I can't.
Yeah, but
ain't for everybody.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, but shout out to the verses. I think they've been slacking. They've been slowing down. So I mean, but they're also doing too much. Some of the stuff is just like I missed the old.
Yeah, don't oversaturate it, and they don't just throw it together. Like let's keep the template somewhat. You know what I mean?
Well, now I think
the sports shit.
Yeah, the sports thing, and I mean, I watched it. It was kind of dumb. I mean, I get it. It was during an All-Star weekend.
Yeah, I'm waiting for them to do the comedy, John.
I think it is coming. I think it's like, ain't Kevin Hart and somebody?
I don't know.
I thought it was still like, or maybe that was just something they were somebody made a fake thing up.
I think that'll work though.
Oh no, that was Anthony. That was Anthony Anderson and them on the NAACP. They were talking about comedy versus.
Yeah, I think they could do it though.
Yeah, your best joke versus your best joke.
Yo, that'd be good.
Yeah, why not?
Sometimes, like when I listen to,
if you did the basketball dunks, you definitely gonna do comedy joke. You definitely go joke for joke.
Because like if you think about, have y'all ever been on like Pandora and like put it on maybe like a comedy joint and they just play those snippets?
Yeah, like what was it Jamie Foxx radio show? I don't know if he still has the radio station.
Yeah,
Fox
like Foxhole. Yeah, like they play little snippets of shit, and so I think it'll work.
Yeah, I think that'll work. I think that'll be better than the AI versus McGrady. Yeah. Because I watched it, I was like, I mean, shout out to versus putting it on YouTube though, because Triller be trying. I ain't paying for no Triller pass.
Trying to charge.
I ain't paying no Triller pass. Y'all can keep that all day.
Look, I almost didn't watch this shit because
it was like $1.99 or something.
Yeah, it ain't much, but still
$2.99.
I know. I feel
nigga, I don't even pay for grocery bags, nigga. 10 cents. Yo, listen, I ain't paying for that shit.
Don't be nickel and diming me. Don't be nickel and diming me.
Shit.
Right.
They be like, you need a bag? Nope. I'll carry all this shit. All that shit look like every time it look like I shopped at BJ's. I don't care what store I'm at.
Oh yeah, now that it is everything here save a lot. Or Aldi or anything like that.
Yeah,
you gotta bring your bags, or you bring your own boxes.
Yeah, listen, I don't need none of it. I just roll it to my car in the cart and put that shit in butt naked.
There you go. But I got bags, so I bring my bags.
Yeah, I always forget my bag. So
sometimes
unless I plan on going to the store.
Right. If I don't plan to go on, I do forget my bag.
Yo,
that way they would be naked.
Yo, we might as well. You know what? We might as well end it on talking about Barrels and Flow. It opens up. Tickets open up what? March 1st
on Tuesday. Is that Tuesday? That is Tuesday, right?
Yeah, it's Tuesday. So might as well talk about it. And
tickets are on sale.
If you plan on going, be there. Get your tickets. Get them. They're gonna sell out fast. It's definitely worth.
Yeah. What you say? He ain't gonna be there. Tell me.
I had to mute. Ain't nothing wrong with me promoting it.
Nigga, they ain't gonna be there talking about.
Right, you can still want people to enjoy it.
Definitely. I'm just
I want them to be like I was there. Since I've got to experience it and was there, you know what I mean. I want other people. That was our our whole.
I think everybody. Honestly, I think even if you don't drink beer, you should go to the Barrel and Flow.
Yeah, definitely a cool event. A lot of things. I mean, there's food, there's music, art, crafts.
Yep, it's something for everybody.
All that good stuff. All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for listening or watching the podcast. Episode 155.
155.
I'll give a clap to y'all too, not just the general public, but the legendary Brew crew as well.
To everybody.
Shout out to Lou for still listening.
Yeah.
But before we go, we'd like to know how people can find you. I know Lou already told us where he can find you. So, Dev, how can they find you?
You can find Dev Drinks Craft Brew on Instagram and email me, devdrinkscraftbrew@brewsandbanner.com.
All right. Yo?
You can find me on Instagram at I am 302 Yoda and on Facebook at I am 302 Yoda. I don't know why I never promote my Facebook, but I'm there at I am 302 Yoda.
There it is.
So follow me. And make sure y'all check out Young Setter at The Real Young Setter on Instagram. God's promise.
All right. And you can find Bruising Banter Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Bruising Banter Podcast. You can also go to www.bruisingbanter. Check out all the platforms we on, because we are on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you listen to podcasts. You can also buy merch like this right there. There it is. Bruising Banter. Shout out to Moms That Drink Beer for showing her
she's showing that shirt off and looking nice in it.
Black and pink gear. Much love to that. So definitely go to www.bruisingbanter.com.
www.com.
I don't know what happens.
Since you on a motherfucking wild goose hunt.
www.bruisingbanter.com. That's not two beers. I'm good.
What?
But
don't
definitely,
deny it.
I'm straight. I mean, they kind of low. They low in the ABV. 5.5 is pretty low.
Oh yeah.
Yo, I had some water. As well.
If I was there, I would want to see him walk forward right now.
I'm about to get up and walk. And if you want to follow me, Rob G, Rob Say Bruising, bang, 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 bang,
bing, bong,
for all your beer needs.
Now you turn into Lou.
That's what I said. Not really.
You really scramble.
This is all. I'm not scouring. I was just messing because it's just my personal page. If you want to follow me, go on and follow me. Get me to 1,000. I think I need 200 more to hit 1,000.
Oh, we're gonna get you to 1,000. I'm about to
come on, people,
to follow you.
Hit that 1,000. I don't know why, because I don't even post like that. But I'm working on it. I'm working on it, guys. I'm working on it. Until next time, this has been episode 155.
155.
Yeah. Have a good week, everyone. For Lou.
Yeah. Bye.
Make with some eye. Yeah. Lately, I just been feeling stuck. I don't know when it's gonna calm down. Chasing dreams, I hope that I make it. Lately I've been feeling so anxious. Lately I just been feeling stuck now. I don't know when it's gonna calm down. Yeah, all of this pain just got me anxious. I do not know if I'm gonna make it. I've been chasing dreams since I was just a kid. Yeah, I was bummy, couldn't judge me, don't know how we lived. Yeah, back when we was still from Mars, just me and my dogs. Yeah, tied the bars, leave 'em